Good morning, Dave Snyder here. It is the very first day of July 2015, and what a difference a day makes, huh? Yesterday we were looking at this picture and it was just packed with color. I mean, it was all over the place, and I saved that image yesterday. And today you would never notice, you would never even see that alignment that I did yesterday. I didn't even see it in the beginning, during the video until the very end of the video, actually, when I noticed that it was an upside down lunar south pole pattern. So let's just go to my Google Earth here and take a look at what I was able to do after I made the video. Basically, I just did a little tiny adjustment on this, and you see I always do my building right here. I put all my overlays here because it's apparently things start here or something happens here, and we can see that by the looks of the ocean floor all here. There's no other area on the planet like this area. Okay, let's just understand that there's no other subduction areas like this on the planet. Not really. Little ones, small areas, but nothing like this. Okay, so I do all my building here because I have all my stuff already overlaid there. My reverse lunar south pole patterns there, and I'm going to bring that up real quick. It's set in place. I never move it. It never moves. It's backwards over the Earth, and I just do my alignments there. And when I align one picture to this picture, it usually will fit with the other pictures, right? So here we go. That one picture is pretty well. I mean, look at that. I didn't even notice that yesterday in the video how nice that was actually. It turned out pretty nice, and you can see like these two craters are in the weather there. Watch. I don't have them set right inside there like I did yesterday in the video because I did adjust it a little bit to fit like around here and stuff. And after I did that, I brought up the Aitken Basin one. After I aligned it to the lunar south pole just like this, basically, getting this all in there, and you can see that's in there pretty well. Schrodinger right there. You see, it's not perfectly aligned, but there's Schrodinger over there, and it is completely upside down from the way I usually have it. I'll show you an alignment in the same place with it turned the other way in just a minute. But I want you to see the Aitken Basin one more time. Pull it up here. Okay, so check it out. When I did that, when I aligned this to this, all I did was bring this up. I just turned it on. That's all I did was turn on the Aitken base. It's already set in place, and that's how it aligned. Look at this. Look at this area right here, with that in the center. Look at the whole shape. It's like this comes up to like a point kind of up here, and then curves around right here. That's the same, and you see this area here where the dark area is. You see that with weather, where the weather fits in there, and you can see that all this. You can see the Yucatan Peninsula down here pretty much. Look at that shape. You can see it's in there somewhere. And you got to remember, this is Google Moon. This is not what this looks like. You know damn well it's not exactly what it looks like. Check it out. That fits right in there where that crater is. See something here in California, some kind of weird circular edge there and a circular edge there. That dark area there kind of goes in there somewhere. Never noticed that before. Okay, so that's then you got over here, you got this where it comes up. There's like a point right here. It comes up to this point, like a claw print, like they talk about a lot, and that goes up in there like that. But this part, I mean, this is a hard one to get aligned, to find things to fit. It's really not that easy. But now that we know that it fits like this, we can watch out for this weather. All we got to do is watch out for those patterns in North America, just like this. Look for that. When you see something like that, or even if you don't see something like that, and you just see a lot of color in there, just save that image, and then overlay it over a reversed image of the Aitken Basin. Or if it's like in this area, you could overlay it over a reversed image of Mare Oriental. Or if you see this, you can do the lunar south pole. You got to have that usually in the lunar south pole alignment. That's what I've seen. That's why it's upside down, because it's usually this will be over here. It'll be totally opposite of the way it's shown yesterday. Okay, so let me show you that. Show you some of those alignments that I have that are turned the total opposite, and they fit just beautifully. Yeah, turn off the lunar south pole. Turn the world back the way it's supposed to be. See that? Upside down. And it fits there pretty good on the ocean floor. You can see like this right here would go like right along the top here. At one point in time, I'm not saying it's there now, but it was probably was there. Probably did originate there somewhere. You can see like the Yucatan Peninsula would be like right in here somewhere, possibly. And then this straight line that goes across would be right there. I mean, this pattern right here, this 7 pattern right here, is all over in the weather all the time. This pattern, I've got so many overlays that show that pattern. But anyways, I want to show you just another picture of this. Here's one right here, a perfect confirmer. That's a good one. And we can see like see how that fits in there? That's a really good fit right there. The way that it fits over Australia, you see this part. I mean, it fits there really well. And there's the same. There's Schrodinger. At least I thought that was. I think it's Schrodinger. I always thought it was. Whenever I seen the Colorado floods, it was Schrodinger during the Colorado floods. But then you can see also in this picture the Antarctica. I'm gonna call it the Antarctica key, because I seen it the other day. Someone called it the Atlantean key, and to me, it's the Antarctica key today. Maybe it was Antarctica, because this same pattern I've showed before, the black hole, where I showed the black hole picture, and Antarctica inside of it. Let me just bring that up. If I can find it here, it should be right in here somewhere. Oh, further down. There it is. This picture right here. It's all this shape is exact same shape as Antarctica. I showed that before. I did the overlay of Antarctica. See how it's like the muffin shape I've talked about before. See how it's shaped like a cupcake or whatever. Okay, well that's the same thing right here. You see this? That's the same thing. It comes down like this and it goes up and around. Well, this was in the Atlantic, up here, by right where Atlantis was supposed to be. I saved this image from right there, where Atlantis was supposed to be. That's where that pattern was, this one right here. And you see the big circular pattern inside of it. It looks pretty awesome. It's like a three-dimensional weather pattern or something. But anyways, that pattern, the Antarctica pattern, is all over the key. It's all over the place. And like I said, it helped me find, one time it helped me find that Africa one that's really, really nice. Let me see, where'd that one go? The Africa. Well, actually, this is what helped me find. That didn't even help me find it. It just lines up. I'm telling you, when I build it here, it just all comes together, almost all by itself. Almost all by itself. There's another Antarctica one that I pointed out before. Big circle in the center. That's the shape of Antarctica. That one there. And it's not just coincidence that it's shaped that way. It's not. It's pretty interesting. Oh, this Africa one is one that I lined up to this picture here. No, not that one. It was actually, I had this aligned to something. Then I had moved it one day when I seen this, and then I took this picture away of Africa, and I looked at this over the ocean floor, and it just lined up right there, all on its own. That triangle, the pyramid shape, right there over Indonesia and all that. And then it turned out, looking at this further, this is Smithy Eye on the moon. This crater right here is Smithy Eye on the moon, reversed. This whole pattern is Smithy Eye on the moon, right here. And let's see what else. Oh, the Antarctica one. I mean, this one right here. This is This is really an important one right here. This one that I showed the other day. I think I did showed it the other day. This one here with here's that China weather. I showed this before. This here's Antarctica shape, the key again, Antarctica key. I call it, and I align that. Basically, I line this to Antarctica, which is right here. I just had it up there, aligned to the other one. This other one right here, perfect confirmer. See that? I had it aligned. I put this picture right here. I put this on here to fit inside of this one here, the one I just showed you. Perfect confirmer. I just did it to see if it would fit in there, and it did, right? And then this other one, you can see it was down my list a little bit. Let's turn off this one, I guess. And this one, you see, it's a little ways down, probably a week later, or maybe a few days. I don't know, but there's that one again, another shape. And then when I put this one down, and then Africa came into the picture, it was just unbelievable right here. Look, perfect Africa. It was probably the same day or the next day or whatever. And I put that up there, and then that pattern right there just showed itself so well in the weather. Look at that. Watch. Wow. So that puts Africa right there, and then it puts Japan right in the whole of the whole thing. There's Japan right there. See Japan. Right? And it puts it right in, almost right in the center of the whole impact deal right there when the supercontinent was there or something. But this was definitely with Africa right here. This area of Asia, or I guess Asia, was with Africa this way, because the other day I was able to bring up a pattern of Japan. It was here. It should be right here. It should be right here somewhere, real close. There it is. I had this picture up there, and I had it aligned with. I aligned it over that earthquake weather I just showed you. But look at this right here, how this fell right into place. I put the spot right in that spot right there in Africa. Look at the what. This comes down. It's the same thing. Look at that. And then you got Japan. See Japan right there where Lake Victoria is. Lake Victoria is a volcano. That's a former volcano. I don't care what anybody says. That's definitely a volcano. And and so is the center of the Sea of Japan. It's like a collapsed caldera. The Sea of Japan. Look in the middle of it. There's a big. That's a volcano too. But then there you go. That puts them right together. Right together. At one, I'm not saying they were over the top of each other. I'm saying probably Africa moved off this spot or something, and then the volcanic eruptions that happened afterwards created the islands of Japan or something like that. Something to that effect. But they live in a really dangerous place, I think. I mean, they live in probably the worst. I'm not going to say the worst place. I shouldn't say it like that, but they live in a pretty dangerous environment. Got all of Japan right here. This whole anything around the Sea of Japan, I'd say, is a pretty dangerous environment, and it's very volcanic. As we've been realizing lately. Okay, so anyways, that just puts those little things. You got to watch out for those little weather things. I'm telling you, those go together. That's from that. You see how this comes up? This right here. Look at the land. It was together at one time, no doubt about that. And this way that they're doing the weather now is they're trying to eliminate the lines and things out of there, so that you can't really put it together very easy. But luckily, I had a head start on it because I was able to start doing this before they changed all this stuff like this. But so I had a little head start, so it makes it easier for me to do, I think. But you got to pay attention to the weather, people. That one that I showed you in the beginning of Aitken Basin in North America yesterday was pretty good overlay, I think. Not bad. Turned out pretty good. So anyways, that's just what I want to point out. I don't want to go video too long, but the weather, I mean, it just makes a whole difference in one day, just big difference. This one, I want to do something with this one. This is really freaking me out right here. These 3 spots. There's volcanoes underneath each one of these spots. How much you want to bet? We always get these earthquakes right here in this spot all the time in these islands, right? And this is there's something going on the ocean floor right here today, right now. Here too. But those are like Those are showing you something. Those are showing you something. It's a projection of the surface of the Earth into the sky. Those are volcanoes under the ocean. That's a volcano under the ocean. I'd almost guarantee it. I mean, these might be islands. There might be islands right here, but there's volcanic activity going on underneath these spots, somewhere on the ocean floor right now. This right now. That's all I'm saying. The weather shows the surface of the Earth all the time. All this stuff is on the surface as well as in the air in the weather. Because like the one I showed yesterday, just in the beginning of the video, and this spot too. This spot right here. Something going on. There's a spot that's put there by the moon. And I showed that might even be in the overlay I showed earlier. There's something there. So, anyways, have a great day, and there's a lot to look at when the weather is the best record of history. I think it shows. I mean, I've seen South America's pattern sideways right here. I mean, I put South America in there in the weather, and it just fit perfect. You can see the shape of South America in the weather, totally different than where it is today. And it didn't come from here and go up there and stay together. I've seen South American weather all over North America, and it's in a total different hemisphere. How can that happen? That means it was there at one time together with that area, or they came from the same place of creation, something like that. I think all of the continents are basically created in one place at the poles or something. This might have been a pole at one time, because it's definitely a lot of stuff was built right here. All right, that's it. Have a good day.